Harley Symonds. Far from being the obesity-inducing, violence-promoting threat to society that they are often portrayed as, the computer games being played by young people can be used in many positive ways and have many positive effects on humans, especially in the classroom, as it helps children learn concepts such as critical appreciation of narrative structure or character development, which they might otherwise study in a novel. This is said by the academics of London's University Institution of Education. I can tell you that from playing certain city-based games, gamers can navigate through cities such as Los Angeles and have hand-eye coordination which is second to none. This has aided me with many things, including playing the piano, playing table tennis, and consistently completing the Rubik's Cube. Researchers believe that computer games deserve to be treated by schools with the same seriousness as books and films. Andrew Byrne, the Associate Director of the Children, Youth and Media Centre, said, "Games are a cultural form that is just beginning to evolve, and the evidence is that they can be every bit as rich and complex and with as many subtle details as a book or a film." He continued to say that the parents and teachers should be reassured that games deserve critical analysis in schools just as film, television and literature do. Public antagonism towards computer games is simply the latest manifestation of a long tradition of fear of new media, according to Dr. Byrne. I, as most young people of my age, am guilty of it. Gaming. It's a massive part of my life and always has been. However, do I feel broken, baffled or brainwashed? Never. One of my favourite games is Civilization V. The game itself allows you the power to make decisions about yourself, your country and your civilization. It will take you through all ages that have been and that are yet to come. Throughout your journey, you meet great leaders from periods in history. In what other way could you interact with the likes of Gandhi, Queen Elizabeth and Napoleon Bonaparte and feel like you are one with them? What better way to expand the imagination and learn about pivotal moments in history? So you tell me, computer gamers lack creativity, do they? Picture this, a game which allows you to create your own story, the freedom to develop the imagination and creativity of the player. A game where you are placed in an infinite world that is different every time you play. You are given no instructions and there is no tutorial. Gamers are left to fend for themselves and trust that their imagination and intuition can take you through the vast worlds that await them. Stories that parallel Shakespeare may arise, art similar to that of Van Gogh. All this and other aspects of computer games like logic and problem solving shape our sponge-like children into geniuses that will improve the future of the world. To many, video games are a cancer which have begun to infiltrate themselves into every waking moment of the next generation, and now even into our schools. No longer can this anathema to our young people be held ransom by those who know best. So the creators of the game Minecraft have created a new version called the Education Edition. As Minecraft worlds are entirely made out of cuboids, surely then this opens up a whole new world for the learning of art, maths and science for our modern miners. Furthermore, teachers are now encouraged to teach very young children about computer coding. What better way than to use this forbidden fruit as a relevant and efficient way to do this? As the next adult generation of the 21st century, I have hope. I hope that our predecessors will open their mind to innovation and to the future. I hope that they will realise the huge potential they have developed. And most of all, I hope that, like me, you will see the positive effects of video games.
Thank you, Holly. Any questions?
Is there any research into the positive effects of video games?
Well, there was an experiment done where people were asked to play Super Mario 64 on the DS for 2 months and play it half an hour each day. MRI showed that the prefrontal cortex, the right hippocampus, and the cerebellum had all grown. All three of these parts of the brain are used for navigation and fine motor control. So they concluded from this that navigating in the game can help stimulate the brain.
What are the negative effects and connotations of, say, video gaming?
I don't think it's necessarily the negative effects of the video games, but the people who play the video games. It's the same with anything. It's addiction. It's like with drugs or drinking. Any addiction is bad. And video games, just people who play them seem to become addicted. So I don't think that video games themselves can be called negative. I reckon it's the people who play them.
Harley, thank you very much.